Hello guys, and welcome to the video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make gospel beats in FL Studio. So without any further ado, let's get started. Let's get into the prompt intent. We're just going to go with this first chord. Let's start with this melody. Let's get into it. Awesome. So we are working with 95 BPM. If you look at it now. So that's the first idea that comes to my mind. And then so what I did is to create another thing. Of course, this one I'm using nylon guitar. As you can see, the name indicated nylon guitar. You can use any nylon guitar of your choice. All right, and this one I'm also using nylon guitar, but if I open it now, here's what I played here as well. You know, something like that. So by the time let's say we have these two together now, here's how it's going to sound. Let me just make sure you're on song mode. All right. You know. As you can see, it's pretty consistent. All right. So the next thing I had is to add a shaker. All right. You know, something just going on in there. I had this one, something like this. You know. So by the time you bring it back now, this one, and the shaker. So in addition, I had this one as well. You know, so by the time you have all of them like that, shakers and the first intro. You know, something like that, very steady. So what I did next, what I had is just to create a vocal chops. All right. And then before I do that, I think I created something like this. You can see it, that's a piano, all right. So what I did is just to consolidate this one because I don't want it to be too heavy. All right, the plugin, I just consolidate it so that by the time you had it like that, you see like something like this. You know, something like that. Yeah. So it's just I just duplicate it here because I still tweak it a little bit. All right. But of course, everything here is still the same thing here, still the same thing here. Okay. Just to have it at 3 bar like that. But then let's proceed. Now the next thing I introduce is a vocal chops. You can see this one. Actually, this is the vocal chops. We are the chosen. So what I did is just to, you know, to reformat it to this, so like this. And then of course you can see it's a long vocal. I just cut the section that I need just to form a melody. And this vocal, I'd use Arcade to, you know, to generate this vocal. All right. And then, you know, just tweak it a little bit so that I can have this sound. And I had the reverbs. I had a reverb and you know. We are the chosen. All right. So and before that, what is very important, there's another thing I introduced here. Yeah, I think that's just it. Then we have the kick. So for the kick, I used 2 kick together so that we can. This is the first one. and then I make sure that I push it up. Okay, so you can see that. So we have two kick together. All right, but if I play the just one of it, let's say for instance I mute this one, you can see that. And if I mute this one and then enable this one, you can see that. So the idea is to have this one is the soft one, you know, that soft kick. Then I have this one so that everything look more punchy and soft at the same time. All right, you can see that, you know, it now make it more heavy. I hope you get the concept. I just mix it, but make sure that you are not clipping. All right, you can gain stage, but what I did here, I didn't gain stage here because I control it in my mixer. But of course you can gain stage a little bit by reducing the volume, so that by the time you go to the mixer, your mixer, you can still control it. All right, but in this case I know what I want, so I just go for it. All right, and then we have this. So by the time you had, then we had the drums, you know, we just have this one. As you can see, this, we have the snare, all right, the hi-hats, excuse me, and we have this one. We have the, so, and we have the bass. So for the bass, I'm gonna play everything, don't worry. So for the bass, I just play something basic, you know, something like this. And what I use for this one, I use this guy, Amp Bass. It's a very rich plugin. If you've been following my tutorial, by now you should know that I love to use this bass, even though I have a lot of bass in my DAW. All right, but this one just for this beat. All right, it's Amp Bass. So together with this one, here's how it's gonna sound. So but if I had this one now, maybe the drums, you know, and then here I just had a roll, you know, feel, something like this, you know, something like that, just a feel, you know. And then we have another, you know, we also have something like this here, something like that, like this. So literally guys, that's just everything. I just arrange it a little bit. All right, and then for this one I use Arcade. Of course, let me just open it so that I can show you guys. So all right, so I use Arcade for this one. All right, it's a very powerful, you can try to get this plugin. And then I use Nylon Utopia. That's the guitar that I used. We have a lot of guitars in this plugin, but I love the sound, it's very rich, so that's why I use the guitar there. All right, and just play that melody. All right, I think I played on D. All right, so yeah, that's what I played, something like this. So that's what I played on D. All right. All right, so guys, by the time you had everything right now, you know, you're gonna have, so by the time you group everything, I just arrange it and remove some of this, just arrange it a little bit. Let's take a listen.
SamieRecords.
me show you guys, I forgot to show you guys this violin. All right, so literally that's what I did. And I used, of course, I used this one. Contact, I use lyrical violin, legato. So that's what I used there, right there. It's a very, very nice violin. In fact, you can do a lot with this violin, but that will be for another tutorial. But of course, you can hear the quality because I used a high sample, all right, and high rich plugins. That's why it's quite rich. Okay, so guys, I'm also going to leave the stems to this beat. I'm going to leave it in the description so you can download it and then walk along with it. So guys, that's it for today, and I hope that you find value in this video. Until the next one, stay creative. Peace out.